Mm-mm.
I would say good morning, Shane, but it's good evening, Shane.
Yeah, buenos tardes, mi amiga.
I
Buenos tardes.
know. Bueno. Yes, it is evening,
In fact,
and it is
something new.
January 8th, and our hiatus is over,
Facts. We back in the
and it's a
saddle.
new year, new us, or same new year,
How
new
was your
same
first
us.
week of the new year? The first week is already done. Your first 7 days of
It was
2024.
it was good. It was yeah. It, I was busy. I wasn't as busy as I was the last week um of the year,
Yeah.
but
Now, do
I
you
think
do you make resolutions?
no.
No, you're not a resolution. I'm not a resolutionary
Mm-mm.
either. It's not a
No,
big
I
thing for
just
me.
try to I think if you say I'm going to do so and so, I just try to
Do it.
embody habits that
Yeah.
will lead to, like I read my Bible I try to do that. I do it every day, but I try to do it the first thing in the morning. So that's the first
Yeah.
thing I do. And I can live out that word
Yeah.
throughout the day. And then I bought this. Have you seen that thing? It's like the boxing thing. You put it around your head. It's a string with a ball and
Oh
you
yeah, yeah,
box.
yeah, yeah. For your hand-eye
Yeah.
coordination. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, we were all terrible at that, but I've been practicing.
Are
So,
you getting your
that
hands
thing hit
right?
you in the face. I'm like, "How are these?" I think I get 8 the most I've done in a row is like 18 because like I couldn't do it, then Jay couldn't do it. I was like, "Well, I feel better. What a 20-year-old can't the 22-year-old can't do it." But then he was like he was getting it together, so now I was too. So, yeah, and you can put on your TV and, whatever. So,
Oh, that's what's up.
yeah.
Good
So,
hand-eye coordination shit.
and they are opening a stretch, um they have these stretch labs where these you pay people to stretch you, and they're opening one in Decatur. I'm so excited because there was
I
one
swear
near
to
my
God.
husband's office. I'm like, I don't want to go all the way over there. I have to, this one I could walk to. So yeah, I cannot wait.
Atlanta, where all your ideas can make money.
Yeah, just but
A
you think about
stretch lab.
when you go to the gym. Like I remember years ago when I go to the gym and or if you work with a trainer and they'd stretch you, like that is the best. That's the best feeling
Listen,
ever.
if a woman is paying to go to stretch lab, I don't understand that because y'all can just walk into a gym and ask somebody to stretch you, and you get stretched out immediately.
Oh well, I
Like
wouldn't ask anybody. I wouldn't ask.
there is literally no reason for a woman to go pay to go to stretch lab. You can get that done for free. Like, I don't get it.
And with or without wood.
You know what? I think that's the a la carte. You
Yeah,
just
no.
order.
No, no, no,
Can I
that's
can I have
okay.
can I have the stretch with wood?
No, thank you. No, yeah, no. These are people who are they must be eunuchs over at Stretch Lab.
Or they
So,
got it tucked
oh.
and strapped to the side.
Well, maybe it's just I don't know. I mean, you walk up, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's not ladies. I don't want to get stretched by a lady.
I mean, it can be that I mean, I don't know. There's some strong women out there, but I think that the stretch can't be as deep because women just physically aren't as imposing as men.
Yeah.
So you get a deeper, more intense stretch from a
Yeah.
dude, but you make it a softer, more caressing stretch,
That's okay. I
a
don't want
more
that.
loving stretch,
Mm-mm.
a more thoughtful stretch from
No, that's
women.
okay.
No,
Yeah. So we'll see. And it could hurt because I know that when I did Pilates, all that, it's a bunch of stretching and you get limber and I'm like super tight. Like
right.
I wake up in the morning and like, or the middle of the night, my hip hurts. I don't know if I need a new bed. I don't know what the problem is. I sleep like trash. I mean, between Beanie waking me up in the middle of the night. So, but anyway,
You just
who
got to take
are
your
we?
vitamin D before you go to sleep.
Um, most times I do, and I still am not sleeping well.
I'm talking about the vitamin D
I
from the
know what you're talking about.
government.
I know what you're talking about.
That's funny. I love that you know
Yep,
what I'm talking about.
that ain't melatonin.
That and melatonin, double
And
dosing.
the melatonin that I take is like I need to get my CBD. See, the
Mm.
problem is, and I know what the problem is, my CBD oil. Well, the problem is my dog
Mm.
because he woke
Why?
me up 3 times
Oh,
last
yeah.
week. 11, 1, sometimes 3 in the morning because he won't eat.
Shit.
B,
Beanie
we're
needs some
about to
melatonin before he go to sleep. Fuck
right.
that.
I said last night, I'm gonna give him a Benadryl.
Benadryl.
Like this is
Benadryl, that motherfucker.
I'm gonna give him a Benadryl. Like because
Yo.
he won't the thing is he won't eat. Or he's a very picky eater. I said I'm gonna start a game show. It's called Will Beanie Eat It,
Do y'all
and put
y'all self feed him? We just put the food in the bowl and leave it there for him?
I usually take it up, but he's not getting any treats. He's getting no treats and
Yeah.
he still would not eat his food. Like I just like about an hour ago, put a pat of unsalted butter on it and mixed it and he ate very little. So even butter's not doing it for him. I grated Havarti cheese, like hand grated it over his bowl yesterday. Grating
Yo,
cheese.
Beanie eating great.
Grated Havarti cheese. Okay.
Yo.
He walked up now early in the day when he had it, ate it all. I layered it, mixed it. He ate it all up. In the evening, he was like, he went over, he's like, shit.
He's like, what?
And
You make
walked
me eat the
away.
same thing?
This
The
fool
fuck?
won't eat the same thing twice.
I
And
think
this
you
is-
got a good plan though by stopping the treats.
Yeah.
It's basically like, starve or eat. I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave it up to you. The food
Yeah,
is
but
there. There's the food
it's
in the
there.
bowl. You choose what you want to do with your life.
He ate it just a little bit. He's not. I need to tell Ariel because she's downstairs with it now. No treats.
Yeah, no treats. Just leave the food in the
Yep.
bowl and let Beanie's stomach decide what he want to do.
Yep. And then if his stomach is at, I tell you, the last few days I've had to go to bed early, like 7,
Yeah.
just in case. Not just in case, for when he wakes me up.
So now Beanie's controlling your sleeping patterns.
Beanie is controlling, like the dog.
The dog
He
is
needs a
running the
job.
house.
He needs
Beanie
a
the
job.
dog is controlling how you go to sleep.
He needs
Yo,
a
Beanie
job.
don't pay no bills and he runs everything.
No
That's
job.
what
No, yeah, he needs to start modeling or something. He had a sweater on. He's so cute. He looks so handsome with his sweater on, his turtleneck.
You should
So
post
cute.
him. Show the Beanie
He needs a
page.
job. I'm telling you, he's about to have a game show. Will
Start his
Beanie
own
eat it?
page.
He had one. He's our page now on TikTok. It used to be Beanie's page. I turned it into ours.
That's funny. Okay. I need to look
Mhm.
at our TikTok. I don't want to be on TikTok a lot.
Yeah, I post the stuff that you can post. I post
That's
on
what's up.
TikTok. Yeah. So, but who are we? Tell everybody.
Man, who
tell
are
the
we?
new people. Tell all the
Oh.
hundreds of thousands of new people who we are.
Man, for all you new folks just tuning into this podcast, who are we? Are 2 seasoned, uncensored corporate veterans who are here to pass along the wisdom we received from lessons learned, from mistakes made, in hopes that you don't make the same mistakes that we did. But if you do, if you decide to fuck up and make those same mistakes, hopefully you can laugh while you're doing it. Because we're not laughing at you, we're laughing with you.
We are laughing.
We are laughing with you.
Yes.
Facts.
So
how we want to start this? There's
yeah,
so much
how we're
going
gonna
on in the
start this?
news.
Because
like,
there's
you know what I was
so
thinking
much
about?
going on.
Here's what I realized, Trish, that we are maybe premier investigators, right? Remember months ago when you and I were just casually going over the Epstein flight logs and the Epstein list of everybody who was
Yes.
like, on the Epstein list?
Yes.
And now, like, all these documents come out, and people are like, "Oh, this person was on the island," and I'm like, "Wait, but Trish and I knew that months ago." Like,
about that. Yes.
how y'all didn't know that? Like, that is not.
Well,
new
maybe they got
information.
it from us. Because we taught. We certainly did. But that old redacted list, they can miss me with that bull crap. Okay.
Come on now.
And then the notes from Ghislaine Maxwell, the emails trying to make it seem like she's all innocent. Like
her emails.
You ain't Alexander O'Neill.
Yeah, they feel so fabricated. It was like, what? So she did nothing. She was just passing along emails. She basically was like the admin. She was like, I'm basically like an admin, and that's it. I don't do anything. I don't know anything. I just forward emails and set up meetings.
Right. And her attorney, like, you have to say something. Silence is okay. You got to get in front of this. Okay, whatever. So let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know what you're going to say. So if you're on the island, like Oprah was,
facts.
Okay, like Clinton was, like
a lot
so
of
many people were.
Prince Andrew.
Oh well, we know he's guilty. So, what does it mean? Does it mean you're?
Listen.
What does it mean?
I'll put it like this: if your neighbor believes in a open lifestyle in their marriage and they're having a tea party at their house,
which I've had,
and you go over to their house during the key party, but then you tell everybody, I just went over there to borrow some sugar.
I was going to say I went to borrow some sugar.
I'm just I mean, that's a hell of a coincidence.
So you don't think you can go? You got to be DDF to go to his island.
I think part of going to his island is being DTF. You're not. What the fuck am I bringing you on the plane for? Why are you coming here?
But you don't think he just likes the thing with the powerful people that just go to the island and?
But I think part of
chill, and then other people are
because that's a waste of time. Because I think part of his thing was that he knows compromising situations of powerful people. And that's why powerful people allow him to be in the spaces that he's in. And that's why
Okay.
he's able to make the money that he made. Because
Okay.
everyone will always tell you, what the fuck did Jeffrey Epstein do to make the money that he made?
What did he do?
Nobody knows. He was just the
Blackmail?
guy. No, he was just the guy. He was just the guy that got in the rooms that was part of the deals. And I 1000% believe he was part of the deals because he got
he
dirt
had
on
the
everybody
goods.
around him. He was setting up the parties that everybody could go and indulge in their more sadistic fetishes.
Like the Law and Order SVU episode with the priests.
Exactly. Like he made it happen so people can go do their thing. And then in return, people allowed him to be, to take part in mega deals that made him millions and millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So if Oprah was on Epstein Island, he didn't bring her there to hang out and sip pina coladas. Now, I am from the Virgin Islands. I am born, raised, love the VI. There's a lot of places Oprah can take her billions of dollars to go hang out in. You don't got to go to Epstein Island to go hang out.
And what Harvey was her boy too.
I mean, you are who you keep, like look who's around you. You hanging out with Harvey, you done laughing, kikiing with Harvey. We got photos and videos of you kikiing with Harvey. Now you're on Epstein Island hanging out with Epstein and everybody else that he hangs out with. So birds of a feather flock together. That's all I'm saying. Like, and everyone knew his reputation. So if you weren't even wanting to be associated with that,
then why would you be there?
Why would you even go?
Right, because they started. I mean, that investigation started years ago.
Facts, and this new to us. It ain't new to the elites. They knew what was going on. They all know what's happening there. So if she's there, Chris Tucker's there, all these motherfuckers is popping up on this list, then they are partaking. They're exchanging keys, and they're going in rooms, and they're doing whatever they're doing.
Jeez. Oh yeah, I know you saw Cat Williams on.
Oh my God, I watched it twice.
Club Station. I did too. I didn't watch it twice. I watched it and I kept falling asleep at the end, and I missed stuff because I'll see these clips. I'm like, I didn't even hear him talk about that.
Yeah.
So I must have fell asleep. But where he said that Michael Jackson called his nickname for Christmas, and we knew that because Chris Tucker said it during his his stand up. But he's like, what man who could give you a nickname?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's the type. The only nickname, the only
I think you would let Michael Jackson give you, like Prince and Michael Jackson could give you a nickname. You'd be like, yep, that's my nickname because it was Prince or it was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but I think Christmas kind of borderlines that. It depends on how Michael is saying it. Like, yo, what's up, Christmas? Like a joke. Ha 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 ha.
Yo, delicious.
But if he's like, hey, Christmas,
I ain't calling no grown man delicious.
Like, it depends on how you gotta say it. Let's not talk about that joke stealing ass dude. You know what I'm saying? Yo,
meanwhile, I've met him before. I met Cedric. His manager is cousins with my neighbor, my wonderful neighbor. And so my neighbor used to have, he's a architect by trade, but he's a chef.
Yeah.
And he does all kinds, he prepares meals and does everything for Delta, for, just all kinds of mucks,
Yeah.
And he had a pop-up dinner a few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, on a Valentine's Day, and Cedric was there, and his hands are so soft. I said, your hands are so soft. He said, I tell jokes for a living.
Listen, if you're new to our podcast, you should know that I've stated over and over again that Trish knows everybody.
I don't know everybody. Well, there's 6 degrees of separation.
It's based on Trish. It's
it's
not based on Kevin Bacon. It's based on Trish.
Well, I know somebody who worked with Kevin Bacon's wife.
Exactly. Yeah. If everyone that you can think of can connect back to Trish in less than 5 steps.
That's everybody. That is everyone. That's everyone. Yeah, it's everyone. So
I'm trying to think, how can I touch Barack Obama? Well, that's an easy one for me. Barack, my brother, and then my brother cooked dinner for them. So boom, I can touch Barack. And by that,
one of Jay's good friends, his mom had Michelle. She had a dinner party for her. She had a dinner party that she attended, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago when Jay was in middle school. I was like, you ain't invite me. So, and then my kid, my niece and nephew went to Bidwell or Sidwell rather, Um, yeah, and that's where the Obama girls went. So
How many
anyway,
degrees of separation are you away from a once prominent OBGYN who had conversations with Michelle Obama, but is now up Shit's Creek?
just one.
One.
Well,
Oh, look at
both of
that.
us, right? Both of
Yeah,
us,
I guess so.
right?
I guess yeah. I guess now I
Yeah,
can say I am 1 degree
yeah,
too.
you are
Yo, that's
too.
crazy. I was watching Married to Medicine last night, looking at Dr.
I
Jackie. Like,
was watching it,
wow,
but you know what,
like
man?
wow. How far
I
have we
don't.
fallen?
I know. I don't. That's why I don't. Wasn't even going to talk about Married to Medicine today because when you start talking about people's lives, it's one thing to talk about like what they're wearing or what they,
Yeah,
but they're messing with people's livelihoods. I don't play that.
yeah, that's wild shit.
I don't play that. So, and it's like, I mean, people. Why weren't they talking shit about her before? Now all of a sudden, all these people want to come out and say stuff,
Everybody. It's
and like I
weird,
told
right?
you,
Because it's like
it is because
you never
yeah,
heard her patients talking bad about her
never,
until now. Now
never.
it's like every patient
Right.
is like,
Everybody was
"Fuck
unhappy.
Dr.
Meanwhile,
Jackie." Yeah,
you couldn't even get her.
booked,
My
booked and
good friend
busy.
Felicia, that's her OBGYN, has been for years. She loves Dr. Jackie. Loves, loves, loves her. And she
Booked
had
and
4
busy.
kids and many miscarriages. So,
A lot of
I don't
what
know.
they say, like negative comments are always the loudest comments.
Oh yeah, because if you said some pod like I love Dr. Jackie, people like maybe one person would say I love her too, but you say I hate her, she's this, she's that. People, yep,
Yeah.
they pile on. They pile on. And probably maybe she said something. Maybe she said, you need to lose some weight, which that person probably did need to lose some weight.
Yo, facts. America is the fattest country in the world. Yo,
Yeah.
somebody posted that America has the most like gyms of any country in the world, but
And
yet
the
we have the
fattest
highest
people.
rate of obesity.
Hmm.
That's wild.
Yeah.
The only thing it come down to is the food. Because people
It's
say
the
they go to other
food.
countries. The people go to Italy and eat
And
pasta
they,
and bread like
right.
crazy and lose weight
And drink.
and drink.
Yeah.
It's the food. It's everything
It's the
that these
food. All
companies
the
pump into the
crap in the
food.
food that when you posted on, was it Instagram? Was it
Yo,
IG or
and
was it
YouTube. Both of them,
YouTube?
YouTube and IG.
And the
The
algorithm
algorithm
blocked you
shut
out.
that shit down, bro.
Yep.
The algorithm is real. We posted
Hmm.
videos about Vanguard and
Hmm.
BlackRock, two controlling
0 views.
enterprises. The algorithm shut that down. We posted videos about chemicals in your food and what foods are banned. Like shut down the algorithm, shut that down. Algorithm is real. Like they want us.
It's like you almost have to name it something else.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you gotta
ooh,
deceive it. Yep.
M&Ms are good. And then
You
it's
know
like,
who does that? I'm not sure if you ever followed him. His name is Shaka Bars on Instagram.
mm-mm.
Shaka does a lot of like he's a like holistic naturalist person, and he also
Okay.
speaks out on incidents around the world. He has like 2 million followers on IG.
Oh,
But
nice.
he whenever he posts something that is like political or like flooding in Africa or mass murders and
He
genocide
calls it
going on.
something else.
Yeah, the algorithm was shut down. So what he starts doing now is he'll put up like an ass video, or he'll put up like a scantily clad woman for
That
like
is
2 seconds in
so
front of the
funny.
video, and then the rest of the video will be what the
Now
thing
that I have
is.
your attention.
Not that yeah, in order to trick the algorithm, because the algorithm is not wouldn't just
Isn't
let
that
him
sad?
post. That's
So
crazy.
sad.
That's
So
crazy.
sad.
Yeah, I know a lot of crazy shit. What else is going on, Trish?
What else is going on? Um, kids are,
Kids is going
I don't
on.
want to say that they're on my nerves because I love them dearly, but
You came
they're a
to a
reason why
realization today.
I came to a realization that in a couple years when I'm an empty, I'm almost looking forward to,
You almost
I'll
there.
miss them, but like the dings and the getting the alerts that somebody's driving over 65 miles an hour. I got to call them, where you driving? And it looks like you're in the neighborhood. No, I'm on the highway. I'm like, you know what I mean? Just that, or you got money. Like my oldest is telling me how he's buying a Porsche, but you're going to ask him money for a new, wants me to trade in his MacBook for a new one. Well, that sounds like something you could handle yourself.
Yeah, I
No,
love you, James. Yeah,
he's like,
James,
well,
my
no,
guy.
you bought it. I'm like, I understand. I bought it
James,
and
my guy.
I got the replacement because, if you guys don't know, Verizon has a a warranty, or they have a service. It's $25 a month, and it's not the insurance for your phone. Your phone's already covered. It covers every electronic in your house, TV, printer,
What?
any electronic, right? And if you take it to you break, we fix, right? If they can't fix, they replace it. So he
Damn.
had his MacBook replaced last year, and now he's saying the thing's messed up again, but he doesn't have time. Well, you've been here a month, dude, almost.
What's
You
he been
could
doing for that month?
have nothing. He could have taken it over to You Break We Fix, and they fixed it. Then I said, "Well, you have an Apple Card. Do it yourself and finance it." What is finance? Why would I do that?
But he's gonna buy himself a
Pay
Porsche.
monthly. Who does that?
That's what's up. So is he gonna buy the Porsche cash?
No. Well, what? No, I
I'm like,
can't
damn,
even.
is the logistics business doing it like that?
I can't say I'm not listening to him because you know that fool will come home with a Porsche.
He will come. Yo, he came home with a Sprinter, right? Yo, that's
Yeah.
he just
So I
rolled up with a
can't say
Sprinter.
that he
So.
won't. But my stylist came over today and he has a Macan. Is that what the
Mm-hmm.
not the Cayenne, but the other one? And he's getting a new one. So Arrow calls, Kaiser Sose called from school and said the nurse said for her to come home.
And so
So
he let Jay drive it over there.
yes, he let Jay drive it. So he
And
was like,
Jay is like that.
What's your note gonna be? He's like, "Oh, I don't know." He's like, "Well, because mine is 1,000, but I put 15,000 down." And he was, so
Jay was like,
Jay's
oh, I
like,
got that. Logistics business. You know what I mean? We moving them bricks.
yeah. So anyway. And
So you ready to
then
be empty
he
nest?
went back and forth between so this is what he does. He will ask me for two things.
Yeah.
And just keep going back and forth and thinking that I will be like, okay, to one of
You're
them.
gonna give him one of them, yeah.
Right. No, I'm like, get out of my house. That's
Yo, he's like, yo, this is next level. This is big brain negotiation tactics.
yeah.
I'm gonna put these two things up.
Yeah.
Because I know you're gonna say yes to one of them or whatever.
No. And the one before he was like, can you rent? Because Jackson's driving his car there. It's a logistical nightmare with them sharing car. So I said I would rent him a car for the rest of the week. So he said, I can use your credit card. I said, you can't use my credit card to rent a car. You can't, Jay. He said, yes, I can. They said I can. He went over there. I had to be there. I said, I told you. Why don't you listen to me? And I'm not coming over. I'm working.
Kids don't understand that.
Yeah, I was like, Jay, you can't use my card.
They really think they know more than we
and
do.
Then I said, hey, how many times did you rent a car? Never. Well, then why do you think you know more than me? And I said, well, he was like, well, they said I could rent a car and blah, 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 blah. And then he said, there's when he put the card down, the lady said, you using a debit or credit? He said credit. She said, because he's underage, like 22, there's a $300 deposit. And you know what? And I was like, I will never get that money back.
Why?
Because he won't. Well, you know what? If I told him to use his card, and I would give him the money then. Because I wasn't going over there. I said, I'll just, or use your. He didn't bring his card with him.
That's like
he only had his debit card. He didn't have his credit card. I'm like,
that's like going out on a date and you be like, oh, let's split the bill, and then you be like, oh, I forgot my wallet.
Like, whatever. So I was like, maybe Turo. Look into Turo because I actually don't download the app last week. Have you ever used Turo?
I used Turo a while last year when I was I had a lot of events and I want to be cute. So I rented a Porsche. I rented the S550. I was rolling up the events looking clean as fuck. Turo that shit. Yeah, I think Turo helped me understand that I'm not a big Porsche fan though. I rented somebody's like Porsche Cayenne? Car, the car that the Cayenne and
the SUV.
No, the car. What's the car?
What is the car?
The 4-door car.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so I rented the 4-door, the Panamera.
Yeah, okay. And you didn't like it?
I rented the Panamera, and I got inside the Panamera. I'm like, yo, this shit basic as fuck. Like it was like, it was nothing. My 2023 fucking Hyundai Palisade had more dings and whistles inside of it and gizmos.
What year was it? Was it 2023?
No, it was like a 2019, something like that. So it was like a couple years older. But
interesting.
I'm still thinking this is a $150,000 vehicle. I'm expecting massaging seats and
but you know what, like BMW, like they don't they have some. I don't know if they do now, but I know somebody had a BMW that was all the money went in the engine.
That's it, because the inside is regular schmegler as fuck. I don't know, but it is what it is. It's like when you're dating somebody. They look all fly, and then the first time you see them without all the makeup and all that, like, oh,
that's so funny. Somebody said, and I don't remember who I read it. It said that women, that Men men lie. Okay, women like men fall in love visually,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, I know
women
what you.
fall in love with like for what they hear, and
Yep.
that's why women wear makeup and men
And
lie.
men lie. Yep. 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 Women fall in love with words. And men fall in love
With
with what they
words,
see.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's facts. And I don't think that applied to Steve Harvey though, because he thought he needed to wear that wig. You know what I mean? Like,
I knew that was a wig.
I
Do you
never
knew
knew
that,
that was
right?
a wig.
Oh
No,
yeah, I
I didn't
found
know.
out years ago.
I didn't
Mhm.
know that was a wig.
Yeah, where's years ago? Because I was
So
like, he has a perfect. His everything is just perfect, and then he
every
was
time,
bald, and I was like,
how?
that had to be a piece, like a unit.
But I feel like he dropped the bag. I feel like he could have did the George Foreman route. Now George Foreman started pushing them grills because it was like,
Mhm.
oh, you like to eat, and
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
in yours.
because that thing that he would have sold many,
Man, if
many
he like
times.
really embraced that and was
Because look,
like,
dudes are
look,
doing that now. He was ahead of
Steve,
his time.
Steve dropped like probably lost like $100 million, bro. If
He
he was like
whoever was
pushing
doing
hair
that for
pieces,
him, he should have been like, "Let's make this
that
global."
person, that person, whoever was putting that on him every day,
Yes.
whoever was
Every
cutting that, lining that up,
yes.
they
Gluing
man,
it. Yeah.
they could have started making them. They had a whole lane to make their own male hair
Yeah.
pieces that they let go because Steve probably had everybody signing NDAs because
Right.
they had to sign NDAs because
Yes.
nobody ever talked about that shit ever.
Nobody. I don't know how I knew. I just knew years ago.
Yeah,
I heard it years ago. But, and then the stuff about with, what's his name? Bernie Mac, I knew that too. I heard that too.
which one?
Like he tried to get the
Oh,
ocean.
that the Ocean's 11. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I heard that years ago too.
I don't think we talked about how great
Like
of an
Mac
actor
knew.
Bernie Mac was
Oh yeah, Mac knew. He
because
knew
Steve
that,
Harvey couldn't do what Bernie Mac did in that movie.
oh no.
Steve didn't have the range to do what Bernie did in the movie. Bernie
No.
played that shit so well. It was
Mhm.
marvelous. Oh,
Mhm.
Bernie.
Yeah, he knew. That's why he felt so bad when he got sick and he wouldn't call him. Not
Hmm.
like I'm acting like I know these people. I just know what I
Oh,
hear,
you
but
do. I promise you, Trisha knows these people.
like I know bring back. So, because it was guilt. It was guilt.
Try to fuck somebody over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of fucking somebody over, we have a new "Am I the Asshole" work edition
I
this
don't
week.
know if I like that. I don't know if I like I am the asshole because that last one people were like going. I'm like, look, like what? I'm like,
This
Shane,
one,
can I respond? He's like, not under
nah, you can't. Nah, do
to
not
my
respond.
recruiters.
Do not cuss these
I'm
people
like,
out.
I can't let people be talking shit. So
All right,
anyway,
so premise. So, am I the asshole work edition? Am I the asshole for reporting my coworker's social media? All right. I recently found out my coworker's social media. He talks about me publicly, saying sexually explicit things. He also
oh
mentions other women in
really?
the office. I've never had an intimate relationship with
Oh,
him, and the things he's saying I feel are illegal and they are definitely offensive. Can I report this to HR? Is someone's social media presence at the company relevant? I mean, I know that they may check it before they get hired, but what about
yeah, a lot of
afterwards?
people do check it. I yes, if I saw if wait a minute, first of all, why are you friends with your coworkers on social media?
That's number
I think
one.
that's a bad. I think
Number
that
one.
you shouldn't be.
Never. I would never
Yeah,
recommend outside of
no.
LinkedIn. Ain't no social media
Yeah.
that my work friends
Unless that person is your friend, like
friend.
straight up
Yeah.
like your friend, like that's your
Otherwise,
friend.
nah. That ain't happening.
Because like I'm friends with like when I was at Gilead, I was friends with Erica. I mean, I'm friends with her. She's like one of my good
Yeah.
friends. I love her to pieces. And she was friends with lots of managers. I was like,
That don't work.
nope.
So
You
is
send
this
me an
person the
invite, I am
asshole
not accepting.
for reporting that to
If they're
HR?
saying stuff about them and it's sexual in nature,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're the asshole for reporting it. But that's why you don't know that stuff if you're not friends with
Follow
them.
them
You
on
have
social
no.
media.
But also that person knows that they're
Following them. So
yes.
maybe that's their way of shooting their shot. And it
Yeah.
depends on what they're saying. If they're like, so and so was at work in this little skirt and she got a fat ass, or so and so was at work and he had a nice little dick print or whatever.
Oh
You know what
my
I'm saying?
gosh.
Like that's one thing. But if they're saying like what they want to do to them and how they're gonna do it, then
Can you
that's a
say that
whole
in
nother.
social media?
Have you seen some people's social media? Have
Oh,
you?
I guess not.
Yeah. Have you seen people say whatever the fuck? They say
They
wild shit on
do?
social media.
Oh. Yeah, why would you even be friends with that person? I'm so hot.
Why
Sorry,
would
my
you
mouth
follow?
flash. I'm gonna get that ring thing. What was that thing we saw, Shane? I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, you talk about the watch one that cools you
That
off.
what things look like a
Yeah,
watch. Yeah,
the $300 joint. You was like, yeah, it's not worth it.
man.
You're like, nah, it's
I
worth it now.
I bought some new pajamas and they were flannel, but they were light flannel. They're from Victoria's. They were very. I bought them for my friends. I can't say anyway because anyway. It's a
Yeah,
surprise. I can't say anyway.
you've pretty much
Darn it,
said.
I've said too much.
You said too
Anyway, I've said too much.
much.
I've
Well,
said too much. So anyway, and they're thin, and Arrow wears them, and she sleeps in her pajamas, a sweatshirt. I mean, and she's still
she's
cold.
young.
Oh, what I would give to be cold. And I put just the top on last night, thinking I will be like I'll be not
It'll
too
be
hot,
perfect temperature.
sweating bullets,
Like a
sweating
hooker in church.
bullets under my shirt. I mean,
Like
just
a
like,
hooker in church.
and that's part of the reason why I couldn't sleep either because I was like, this is insane. I
Have you
could just feel the
seen?
beads of sweat dropping. I was, this is crazy.
Have you seen the little fans you can attach under your mattress to cool off your bed?
No.
Yeah, there's
I don't know if I
mattress
want my mattress
fans.
to be cool though, because I will be cold.
Well, I mean, you got to pick your poison. You can be cold, or you can be sweating like you're in the sun.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try that thing. Because part of it is my black cohosh. It's down here. I'm reaching for it. I have not been taking it. Oh.
Well, what about fans? How many fans do you have on in the room?
None. Because as soon as I get hot, I get cold. Like literally, I have my water for when I'm hot. I have my hot tea for when I'm cold. And I have my one fan. I have this fan here. I think the battery died. Oh, no.
There
Okay.
it is.
Yep. Battery died.
Oh,
That quick. And then I have this, but it annoys me.
yeah. That's the one you put around your neck.
Yeah, it annoys me.
Yeah, I can see that.
It has 3 speeds though. When I was in California, one of the guys I work with, he has a fan, like just a little fan that spins. He clips it on stuff.
Oh,
He
so
has
it's
it
all your own.
all. He
Yeah.
has it all the time. We went to dinner that night. He had it. He's like, I'm
At
always
dinner?
hot. We had drink like it was at the facility. We had drinks first. Yes, he has it all the time.
That's wild. Is he a heavy set dude?
I mean, he's not fat, but he's tall. He's heavy. Yeah, he's kind of
Yes.
heavy.
So that's why he has it all the time. When I used to be super fat, I would sweat all the fucking time. And it's like, I was talking to Christian, I was like, look, a lot of issues that we deal with as Americans
Uh-huh.
would go away heavily if we would all just lose some fucking weight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the shit that you went to your doctors about and having to take all these pills and all this shit
Well, now
about.
everybody's getting Ozempic, and
Oh
now
yeah,
everybody's
just lose some fucking weight.
yeah, everybody's on that. But I'm like, let's see, would I rather be a little chubby or have diarrhea and have all this? Have you read this? You hear the side effects of all that stuff?
Side effects on any look. As two people who work in pharma industry, we see we see what the warning labels are, and that shit is crazy. It don't matter what drug you're taking. The warning labels and the commercials. Sometimes, if you ever watch these pharmaceutical commercials, sometimes the speech about what the side effects are longer than the actual commercial marketing the product. The marketing the product takes like 15
may
seconds.
cause diarrhea, kidney disease,
right.
I mean,
death,
heart palpitations, blah blah blah. I'm like,
my favorite line is, if you're allergic to this medicine, don't take this medicine. Well, how the fuck would I'm gonna know if I'm allergic to this medicine until I take this medicine? I don't understand.
And you have to watch out. I mean, you have to watch out with some vitamins and stuff too. You don't know how it's going to react with stuff. So, because I took a patch. Did I tell you I got that patch? It was supposed to help for hot flashes.
Did it?
And yes, but I felt like I had an allergic reaction to it. So it felt like my whole back was like I laid down in grass.
Oh, yeah, that itchy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I ripped that thing off and sent it back.
Like, nah, I'm good.
Thanks anyway. So, so are we in a recession?
Yes. We have to be. I don't understand. Like,
So,
it better be
how
a
do we how
recession.
do we determine recessions? Is it when the recruiters can't find work?
I think that is the unofficial definition of a recession is when the recruiters,
When the
when people who
recruiters,
know how to find jobs, who help people
right?
find jobs, can't find jobs.
Yeah, because they're not because nobody's hiring. So yeah, it's it's crazy. It's crazy out there. I have a friend of the show, Jimmy Will. He's he has all those licenses because he wants to get into insurance adjusting.
Yeah.
And he said today he's praying for not for catastrophe. He didn't say catastrophe for some storm or something. I said that's terrible. Did you gotta hope that start raining someplace or have some? I'm like, geez,
In Norfolk,
Louise.
yeah. So
Yeah.
apparently, the official indicator that you're in a recession is when you have 2 consecutive quarters of decline in the country's real GDP, or gross domestic
Okay.
product. So, and for those who don't know what GDP is, it's the value of all goods and services that the country produces. So basically, you have 2 bad quarters back to back, then you are officially in a recession.
And we haven't had two, or have we?
I
I don't think
feel
we've
like we
officially
have.
had.
I mean, I'm not a financial expert, but it feels like we could have had 2 bad quarters.
I don't know. I think they're
Uh,
trying to trick us.
I think they're always trying to trick us.
Yeah. I mean, because stuff is expensive. Like, it is expensive. It's ridiculous. It
Prices are
is.
starting to feel very California like when I'm living
Oh,
in the
yeah.
South. And I don't like that very much. I don't like
No.
that at all. I like to go over to California and be like, ew, why y'all pay so much for shit? Then
Now
now
it's like a
I'm in the
can of
Southeast.
whipped cream, $8.
Bro, that want to be one hell of a night with that can. of whipped cream.
You should see
Got
me.
that $8.
I mean, I'll make
I'm a max at them
hot chocolate.
$8,
I'm like,
bro. Bro, we using that every last drop of that fucking whipped cream is coming out.
I said I should make my own. It's funny because
Fucking
we were
dollars.
in an Uber. Ariel and I went to the mall, not last Saturday,
Mhm.
but the Saturday before last. And
Which mall did y'all go to?
we went to Lennox. I
I
hadn't
thought you
been there
told
in
me
over a
Lennox
year.
is a no go,
Um
but you know people, so they give you a pass to walk through Lennox Mall.
no. It's there, we went early
Okay,
and we went early, but we ended up being in there for hours. So we ended up being there with all the people. They have 35,000 cameras in the mall
God
to
damn,
keep up with and you have to be 18.
that's the
So
wildest thing you've ever told me about Lennox Mall. That you have an age limit to get
you have
into
to
the
be
mall.
18.
That's
That's the
wild.
minimum to be alone.
Yeah,
Even though Jackson went before he was 18, he just said he was. They're, how old are you? He said 18. I'm like, okay. So they weren't like checking
it ain't
kids for
checking.
yeah. So yeah.
And I
So
would think
we
it has to do with how you appear too. Like if Jackson was like in some hood shit and looking like a straight up thug,
don't they
face
all look the
maxed
same
out.
though? They're
Well,
they,
no, because there's levels. There's levels. You know, you can because especially wintertime, you see kids walk around with the full ski mask on and big
oh.
bubble jackets. And I'm like, bro, like you want to get stopped. Like you want people to bother
Oh,
you
he wears a
when
bubble
you
jacket, but he
yeah,
doesn't
when you
wear it.
walk
I can't get
yeah.
my kids to wear a hat, let
Well,
alone a ski mask.
my kids got locks in here, so
They don't
they
want to
can't wear
wear.
hats. They can't wear hats. Ain't no hats big enough to get on their
Oh,
head.
so the hat big enough. Yeah, I'm like, is it cool to be cold? Because is that like in? I want to be warm. I want to look toasty. Like, I want to look like, oh, she looks warm. Not these kids.
Nah, they're good. But then in the summertime, they wear the same things they wear in the wintertime.
The sweatshirts. I'm like, are
Sweatshirts
you
and hoodies.
high? Are you a
It don't matter.
crackhead?
They have one
Same
wardrobe. Like they don't switch out their
sweatshirt.
wardrobes
They're
at all.
one trick ponies, except they wear shorts with their sweatshirt.
They got one wardrobe. That is
They
it.
will. He
Shorts
will
and
come in the
hoodies.
house. He will come in from outside talking. It was in 100 degrees. Talking about it's cold. I'm cold. You're cold.
My
It's
G.
the air is on, but it's not. It's cold
Maybe
in here.
maybe all these kids
Oh
got
my
low
god.
iron.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they all got the whole generation of low iron having motherfuckers
Yeah.
because they are always in fucking hoodies and no matter what the temperature is outside.
Yep. And I'm like, Jay, and he'll say, I'm gonna be in the air. I'm like, the way he's dressed, it makes me just want to like spontaneously combust. I like if I was dressed like that, like I would just be a puddle. Like, oh, there she is. She's a puddle. And Ariel, like I said, she sleeps in a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, sweatpants, socks.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That makes
I'm
me
like,
uncomfortable.
I wish I could sleep. I wish that because I'm so cold that I'm usually so cold that I want to be that way. But then it's what happens is once I get warm, my body can't regulate it, and then it's just
Yeah,
I just overheat. So I'm
no,
gonna try that.
I'm a naked sleeper. I am no clothes when I'm sleeping.
See, I would still sweat if I need some clothes because if I sweat, I need some my clothes to catch it. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't know if I need a new pillow. It's like I'm like like I'm just like man. So anyway, what was I saying about the mall? I can't remember. Was I saying something about the
Yeah, we're
mall?
there for hours and hours.
We were there for hours. I hadn't been there in a year. Oh, but the Uber driver, when we were driving home, I was saying I was just talking to her about how much the whipped cream costs. I don't know why. And I said, I don't know why, Bob. I could just make my own. I could just make some. He said, and he was from. I don't know if he was from an African country. He said, you can make whipped cream. I
I
said,
was
yes.
thinking the same thing just now.
It's just it's just heavy whipping cream and sugar,
And then what?
and you whip it with your
With the blender?
beaters. Your beaters.
So you can't use a blender for it?
No.
Like the little blender where you so
No, you
just
no.
keep whipping it until it's whipped.
Until it gets whipped. Yep.
You learn
Until it gets
something
the
new every
beat.
day.
Are you serious?
Dead ass. Never,
Oh,
never would have
homemade
once
whipped cream,
thought.
and it's so much better. It's so good. You put a dollop on your pies or whatever, or your hot
Homemade whipped
chocolate.
cream. Well, God
Yeah.
damn. Well, there it is.
But you know what?
Mm.
I'm acting like I knew forever. I worked with a girl when I worked with Jimmy Will,
Yeah.
and she made whipped cream. So this lady is like 2004. 2003, 2000, well, 2004, and she made whipped cream, and I said, "You can make whipped cream," and she told me, "Yes, it's 2 ingredients." I was like, "Bet."
Did she bring it to the office?
Uh-huh. She was a baker. Yeah,
Did
she
you,
was a baker.
there's a video going around of this woman who is very much, not a office potluck eater because she don't know
Okay.
about other people's kitchens,
Right.
whatever. So one woman in the office whose mother is a really good cook,
Mhm.
she brought some food in one time and the woman didn't eat it. And so the
Mhm.
next time they're having a potluck, she brought the food in, but then she also brought in a book that cataloged the steps in which the food was made with pictures. So she put pictures of the kitchen, pictures of the utensils that her mom was using, pictures of her mom putting
Really?
on gloves, picture of her mom. Like she just like categorized it step by step by step so the woman can
That
know
is
that everything was
hilarious.
clean in order for her to eat the food for the potluck.
That is like kosher. That's like a
I'm like,
rabbi, and a rabbi was there.
blessing the food
Right.
every step. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I'm like,
I'm
you're
like,
doing a
"Don't
lot to
eat
get
it."
your coworker to eat your food.
Right, who
That
cares?
is,
Don't eat it.
you know,
Yeah, I know. I've had plenty of those at work. We're like, "She got cats. We ain't eating that food."
we're not eating that. You could ought to picture her cats around her desk.
Like,
Not eating
nope,
it. You know what
not
I've never eaten at an office potluck?
what?
Watermelon or chicken.
Who would bring
Never.
watermelon to an office
You know
potluck?
when they have when or just any sort of like luncheon or anything when they have like the fruit bowls or anything like that, I
Oh,
never get watermelon out of it, and I've never
because
eaten
you're
fried chicken.
but you know that we used to after during Reconstruction, the Black people sold watermelons and they made
Hmm.
money, and so they
That's
because
why
we were
they
making money,
stigmatized it.
they stigmatized it.
Hmm.
Mhm,
And I just always think that if I pick up a piece of fried chicken at an office eating function, all the
mhm.
white people are going to be secretly in the back of their minds going to be like, I knew
Fried
them niggas like that.
fried
Look
chicken
at
is
them
delicious.
niggas.
I would eat
It
fried chicken
is.
in front of
It's
anybody.
so fucking good. I
Fried
can't eat it in
chicken
front of
is
white people.
delicious.
I can't eat it in front
I
of
had
white people.
I had the watermelon thing. I remember years ago, I had somebody had watermelon, and the white guy said, "Oh, you got some watermelon."
I would punch him in the face. What does that mean, Bob? What do you mean?
Oh,
Oh, I got
in that same
watermelon.
office, our manager said that he was like Sambo, and I had to go to her like, "What did you mean by that?" She said, like he's like spun and turned into butter,
What the
like little
fuck?
black Sambo, like went around in circles or whatever, and I was like,
What? You know what, Trish? God tried to bless you and tried to give you
I
an
was like,
opportunity right there. You had a racial
"Sambo."
discrimination
But
lawsuit
I didn't
right there,
only thing
and
is
you
I
dropped the
didn't
ball.
know, I mean, I wasn't old enough to know, like, what the cartoon was. So I was just like but I knew who Little Black Sambo was. It was
Yeah.
derogatory, but I'm like, he spun into butter. I don't.
Look,
I'm
look
like,
at
yeah,
God. God
I
tried to give
know,
you a blessing, and
I
you
know.
dropped the
That
ball.
was a windfall. That
That
was
was
a
a
windfall right
windfall. It
there.
was an easy win
Yeah,
too.
she
Easy.
and that I
Oh,
can't remember any other black people were there, but I heard it. She's like,
oh,
he's like Sambo. I was like, and she said it about a guy who golfed. Bear, his name was Barry. Loved Barry. He was almost as dark when he golfed, almost as dark as me. That's why I was like, you're calling him Sambo, and he's dark. He's white, but he's
no.
dark from golfing.
Oh my
So I'm like, you're talking
God.
about his skin color. And she's like, no. I'm like, Sambo
Listen,
didn't
bro.
turn
I
into
would
butter.
find out where she work at just to go work
She's
with her.
dead. She's
Ah, my
she's
God.
got to be dead
Seemed like an easy win
or
right there.
really old. Her name was Cassie.
Speaking of
Uh,
lawsuits, did you know did you
speaking
hear
of
the updated details about the McDonald's coffee lawsuit?
where the person got burned.
Yeah, the first woman, that old lady who sued, well, the older
Yeah,
woman who sued McDonald's, right?
yeah.
For she won like
I
$2
haven't
million.
heard any update. Mm-mm.
So we all know that. Yeah, okay. So she sued him because the coffee burned her.
Yeah.
But we never heard the details of it. And the
Oh,
lawyer was talking about the details of it. Did you know that the coffee seared her labia shut?
the coffee was that
The
hot?
coffee was that hot that it seared her
Damn.
labia shut. And all she asked McDonald's to do was to cover the medical expenses to get it fixed.
That's
And they
all she asked.
refused to. And that's why she ended up suing McDonald's. That is what really, that was
I
the
thought it
more
burned her leg and she
detailed.
got degree. Okay, so it obviously burned her leg too.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine?
No,
Yes.
no, I cannot imagine. And
Yeah,
I cannot imagine. I got a Brazilian before Christmas, and I cannot imagine.
that is the details behind the McDonald's lawsuit that started it
That's a
all.
detail. I can't even imagine.
That
I
started
can't
it all.
imagine.
Like,
That
why the
is
fuck do you have your coffee that hot? Like, why is your coffee
why
that hot that it can
to burn
sear
lips. Literally, it's gonna burn
lips,
them lips. It's gonna burn your mouth.
sear the labia shut?
How can it be so hot? That is what's that like? 400 degrees? I mean, what is that? Melting
It
skin?
was. They said that the temperature of the coffee that burned Liebeck, I guess her last name was Liebeck, was
Mhm.
190 degrees.
That doesn't seem that hot though, does it?
It's 40
I don't know.
degrees hotter than any other company.
Oh, okay. Their coffee's still hot. Like I have to let it sit.
But now they got warnings on it. They got warnings
Yeah.
all over everything, and you got safety cups and all kind of shit.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to cover that. They covering their asses now.
Yeah, just make it a little cooler. Jeez.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah, no one spilling
All right.
coffee in your lap now.
How old is that lady? Was she old?
She was older.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what else? Or do you want to dig in?
Let's dig in.
so somehow we were at my house talking about perfumes. With a friend. This was yesterday. Yesterday. And so I was telling her these kids, they pick their scents by TikTok.
Interesting.
Before Christmas, Errol's like, I want to get like Joe Malone, his new cologne. It has myrrh in it and blah, 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 blah. And I have all these colognes that I want to try. And we're going to go to the mall and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. So we went last week and we started off in Bloomingdale's because I had a gift card for $80 thinking,
Awesome.
okay, she'll find it in here. Nope. She smelled about 10 cents. SCENTS. And then she was like, do you have something? And do you have this? They were like, no. So they told her to go to Macy's. So we go to Macy's, and Macy's, they're more aggressive. Like they're low key. Like in Bloomingdale's, the ladies are like cats. They're sitting back. Like you have to come up to them like, can I smell so-and-so? They're like, okay. And you're like, here's the thing, and maybe you spray it yourself. They'll give you no coffee in between.
Which mean y'all don't have sprayers right there for you to use?
They had the little things. They had the things you spray them on. You definitely don't want to spray yourself. You would smell like a French whorehouse by the time you're done. And you probably
no, that's what I'm saying. But y'all have the spray bottle. Like they don't have.
They had the bottles out. They just didn't have they were hiding the little thing that you spray it on, the sticks.
Yeah.
and they didn't have any coffee grinds, or
Oh,
if they did, they didn't pull them out because you need to
that's
smell
bullshit.
coffee
Yeah,
a
you
little.
gotta break. Yeah, you gotta break it up.
Right. So then we go over to to Macy's where
Macy's.
they're like dogs, like, hey, would you like to try so and so so? And I was like, Ariel, don't let her spray it on you. So the first thing, like, she goes up to Dior and it's Miss Dior, like for a few cents. She smells that. Then we go over and there's a Billie Eilish and there's this who's it?
Yeah,
What's it? She tries all this. She's like, oh, I do like the Billie Eilish, but I think I like the Miss Dior.
right.
But when we're in Bloomingdale's, she's pulling her list up. I said, "Where's your list? Is it like you put notes?" No, from TikTok. How can somebody tell you what cologne
What
or
you?
perfume
Yeah,
to
I don't
buy?
think they understand how that works. Everyone
It's
cologne and
it's
perfume don't smell the same on everybody.
right,
You
they
gotta. You gotta.
don't.
Yeah, no, you can't
That's
just.
one thing if you're like, "Hey, this sandwich is good," or "I got this cute
Yeah,
sweater," and you're like, "Oh, I wanna go with that cute sweater." But I'm like, who all wants to dress alike and smell alike?
smell alike.
And
God, I
Ariel said
hate
that
that.
people were buying stuff based on how pretty the bottle was. I'm like, "That is dumb."
Yeah, that's stupid.
So she found something, but I was like, I don't why does everybody wanna everything is it's by
I stopped wearing Sauvage after it became popular.
oh,
Like when I go cologne shopping. First of all,
mhm.
like I'm an avid cologne wearer. I
Yes, you
probably have
certainly are.
maybe
Yeah,
like
you said
12,
that.
13 bottles of cologne. So
Mhm.
when I go cologne, whenever I'm like running low on one bottle, I go to and the first question I ask is, what came out in the last 3 months? What is the newest scent that you have? And I smell the newest scent. So I was on Dior when it came out within like a month of when Dior was released. Sauvage.
Okay.
I was wearing it. And then when I realized that every motherfucker out here was liking Sauvage, and that shit was
You
like
stopped?
I had to stop wearing it. I was like, yep. Even though it smells different, even
Mhm.
though my pheromones and my
Mhm.
process of layering a scent is different from
It's
others.
different.
I just don't want someone to ever smell me and think about somebody else. That was always my thing in college. I'm like, yo, if I'm with a girl, I don't want her
Mhm.
smelling me and thinking about some other nigga she was with that smelled just
Right.
like me. That's when all
When
these niggas wearing
when
cool
you
water
were
and
I
shit.
know you were in co oh, yeah, when you're so much younger than me, but I remember when I was in college, Lagerfeld was
That
out.
was the
It
scent.
smelled so good. My girlfriend Tracy now, we smell somebody Lagerfeld, it could be a stranger, we would follow him. It smelled so good.
What was
But
it
when I
called?
was in high Lagerfeld, it was by
Lagerfeld.
Karl Lagerfeld.
Okay.
Oh, it smelled so good. But when I was in high school, this guy, Vinny, he wore Dracor and
Yeah.
he kept it in his locker
He
and he
would
would
spray it
come
on in
spray
between.
it between classes. It was bug juice.
Oh, that's funny.
But what's funny is that the other week Jackson bought some Axe spray and Jay was like, "Why did you buy that?"
That's
But I remember when Jay, me walking in the room, him like he's spraying a roach. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then what happened was he wore it in the fifth grade, and then sixth grade they went on a overnight thing with school, and they axe bombed somebody where they taped down the sprayer
that.
and axe bombed the room, and he never wore axe after that.
Yeah, I would be pissed.
Yeah,
That
and
would be
Axe
awful.
smells. It smells. And so I was like, "Jackson, what cologne do you want? I'll buy you some cologne." So Jay was like, Jackson, you better leave my cologne away alone." I said, "Well, Jay, what cologne is it?" "I don't know." "Well, because I'll buy you more and you can give it to him." "I don't know what it is." I'm like, "You know what it is, you jackass."
That's fun. So it's one thing when kids axe bomb a room, but what about when employees axe bomb,
Yeah, yeah,
scent
yeah.
bomb
So
a place?
China, so we have China to thank. So we're talking about all these scents. And I was telling her how I got sprayed with CK1 when it first came out, and I was nauseous and had a migraine by the time I got home, and the ride was like 30 minutes.
You don't fuck with
Don't spray
CK1?
me. No, I can't. You know what I wear? I have, like, Joe Malone,
Yeah.
um, but my favorite is a favorite that I wore in the '90s. So, it's Calyx, and it was by Prescriptives, and that Prescriptives was owned by, Clinique, and I
Okay.
found it on Amazon in, like, 2015, and I've been wearing it ever since. I just buy bottle after bottle. It's clean, and
Yeah.
it's like a lemony that so I can't do any fruity unless it's
Okay.
like a lemon, like a
Yeah.
fresh
A fresh
that's
scent.
what it is. Yep,
So what's China
yep.
doing about these scents?
No, China's my friend.
Oh, China's your friend. Okay.
She was the one who said, "You guys need to talk about."
That's her real name, China?
Her name is La China.
Is she a stripper?
She's a greedy fat girl.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
LaChina feels so adult entertainment-y.
Uh, bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Bow,
No.
chicka, bow,
Yeah.
LaChina. A
You
night,
guys need to talk
because there was a porno called A Night in China,
Oh, I
and it
didn't know
was
that.
yeah.
Well,
Remember,
her
there was a WWF superstar named China, and she was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she like after her career ended with WWF, she
She
started doing
became
porn, and it was
she's
called
kinda
Night.
mannish, wasn't she?
Yeah, and she ended up killing herself like 5 6
Oh,
years later. But yeah, her porn
she
industry.
did. I
It was
remember
called A Night
her.
in China.
Oh,
Yep.
that's sad.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, she was kinda mannish, I remember her. Yeah, so she was like, "You guys need to talk about colognes and perfumes in the workplace." So, I can't think of anybody other than, like, Vinny when I was in high school who wore bad cologne or perfume to work.
I got in trouble. Well, I didn't get in trouble. I almost got in trouble once
For your
because
cologne?
yes. So I wear again love cologne, and so I was wearing one of my colognes, and I don't wear cheap cologne. So my colognes are always oils, and so the oil cologne, the scent lingers.
Oh, yeah.
The scent will sit in the room if you've been in the room. And so
Okay.
I was in the conference room, left the room. Uh, work Karen went in that room, and then that work Karen lied to you not, went to the VP of HR and told him that they have a problem with the fact that my cologne was still lingering in the room. And the VP of HR came to me and was like, "First of all, Shane, I want you to know, I think
You
you
smell
smell
good.
great." I
It
also
was
want
Oreo. It was Oreo. First of all, I
yeah,
wanna say I think you smell great.
I think you smell great. Secondly, so and so came to me and said that your cologne scent lingered in the room. And I want you to know that I enjoy when I walk into a space and I smell that your cologne's been there. So please don't stop wearing your cologne. And that was the end of the
That
conversation.
is hilarious. Well, you know what? They have like I sent you that article. It's called Sense and Sensitivity in the Workplace. And there are actually like under the American Disabilities Act, most there's sense. It says most people don't necessarily think about invisible barriers that may be in the air.
Hmm.
And they talk about irritants like fragrances, deodorizers, scented candles, things like that.
Yeah.
That's all.
My
Like
aunt
this
is like that. Auntie Irene is my favorite aunt, hands down. But Auntie Irene is allergic to scents. And so
she's allergic to
when Auntie
scents.
Irene's come around, you gotta take off all your scents. You can't wear cologne around her.
Oh my
You can't do
gosh.
anything like no aerosols, no nothing,
Wow.
nothing at all.
Wow. Now my sister wore Poison, Ralph Lauren's Poison back in the day, and it smelled like poison on her.
The pheromones wasn't matching up.
It was awful. I was like, "Stop. Uncle, please stop wearing that." It smelled like medicine.
Ooh.
Yep. I remember when I was a kid, I wore my mom's Jean Naté when it
Mm.
really Jean Naté because
Dijon.
it's Jean, it's supposed to be French,
Yeah,
and, there's accent aigu over the E and, the Naté, and my mom said, "You smell like a French whorehouse." I said, "Thank you."
that's awesome. That's what
She
I was
said,
going for. Appreciate
That's
it.
not that's not a compliment."
That's what I
Well,
was
all I
going
heard was French.
for.
I didn't know what whore meant, so you smell like a French whorehouse.
That is fun.
I was
Now, do
like,
you have a favorite scent on men? I know you had one back in the like now currently, like is your favorite
"No, my
male
husband
candle?
doesn't wear cologne."
Mm.
So I smell Dove and Jergens, but the Jergens,
Which one?
the
Cherry blossom Jergens?
no, I hate that one. That reminds me of being a
Ah,
kid.
remember everybody wore that shit? There
Yeah,
was a
no,
time where the whole world wore cherry blossom Jergens
yeah, like smell,
lotion.
yeah, no, the one that what is the one? Not cocoa butter, but and
Shea
then
butter? No?
shea butter.
Shea butter, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So shea butter and Dove. All right.
Yeah, I mean, years ago I would buy him colognes, and he wouldn't really wear them. So
I'm a huge cologne. Fan. Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know how you go without scents. Scents are
doesn't. I mean, but
like,
it's a scent.
yeah, I guess shea butter and
Soap
Dove is
and
not a scent.
it smells good.
It's a base layer. It's a base layer.
To me, it smells good though. When people first get, Air always says you smell good. I'm like, I took a shower,
Yeah, you come out the shower, so you have your
but when I
shower.
come out of the shower,
Like
I put my perfume on in the
me
bathroom.
too. Yeah, I use Alfred Sung. Alfred Sung was Alfred Sung He,
Oh,
HEI. That's my
okay.
like house clone. That
Oh,
came out
okay.
a gajillion years ago, but kind of like you, it
Mhm.
was one of those things where we were at GHO actually when I was in college.
Uh-huh.
GHO is, for those who know,
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna say what's that?
North Carolina A&T's homecoming. And
Okay.
it's one of the biggest like HBC homecomings around. And so we're at the mall in Greensboro, and out like he had just come out, and there was like this group of baddies walking by, and me and my
Mhm.
best friend Jay, we were Jabari, we were at the counter, and the
Mhm.
lady sprayed the Alfred Sung,
Okay.
and the girls walked by, and then they stopped and they turned around. They was like, "Oh my god, that smells so good!" And we were like, "Yeah, we'll take two, please." And
That's so funny. That's
and
how
that
La
was
that's how Lagerfeld was. Like, we would literally we smelled Lagerfeld, we would follow the guy that had it on.
facts. And so I fuck with Alfred Sung ever since then. And of course, they've stopped the mass production of He, but you can still
Okay.
find it on Amazon. And
Yep,
so
Anth
you can buy it on
Amazon.
Amazon, and that's my
Mhm.
house cologne. I come out the shower, lotion with a neutral scented shea butter. So there's like
Okay.
no scent to it. And then you
Mm,
put the cologne on top of your shea butters or whatever lotion you're using.
mhm.
You put the cologne on top of that
That's what I do
because
too.
the cologne will then last longer because it's
Mhm.
sitting directly on your skin, but sitting on
Right.
the lotion. And don't break the scent beads, men. Like I hate to see men do this, rubbing the cologne together, or they like rub it on their necks. You're breaking up the fucking scent beads, you
You are?
fucking Neanderthals. Yes,
What are you
there's
supposed
nothing. Just spray it on and let it sit. You don't
Oh,
break
see,
the
I
scent
spray
bead.
well, for some reason, whenever I spray my wrist, I always go like this with my
You
wrist.
just you're
I
breaking up the
spray
scent.
everywhere though. I'm like "Ps, ps, 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 ps," in the back, but I go "Ps." I do that. It's just, I
Stop.
think it's just habit.
Yeah, stop that.
Well, I spray it and then my clothes and I'll think, "Errol said you smell so good." And but I can't smell it unless I'm smelling my shirt, and I'm like,
Yeah.
have I'm like, "Oh, I do smell good."
Oh my gosh, when I first started wearing cologne when I was younger, I thought I still had to smell it in order for it to still be working.
Yeah,
So
Errol's yeah,
I
that's
would
she's
like,
like, "I can't smell it."
and I
Or
would
she
like
says
douse myself in it.
"No one ever says I smell good." So she wants different perfume. I'm like, "Who cares if" or maybe they can't smell it. Why do you need compliments?
I'm
If
not
you
gonna
like
lie,
it, that's
Ariel.
all
I
that
feel you on that
matters.
one. I like
Oh,
that's how I know if I'm around a group of haters or not. Because if I come around you
and you don't say
and you
anything?
don't tell me that I smell good, I
You are
know you a fucking hater because I know I fucking smell good. I smell amazing all the fucking time. And if upon first meeting me, you are not complimentary about how I
yeah.
smell, I already know you got some hate in you. You need to deal with that shit.
Oh my gosh. I got in an
Yeah.
Uber once, a guy, he at first I was like, "Oh, your cologne smells good," but then after about 15 minutes, I was like, "Oh," I was dying.
You was cracking
Yeah,
the
it
window. Let me just crack
oh, I was
fucking
like, "Oh
window.
my gosh,"
It
like,
was too much.
yeah, I can't do strong scents. It has to be a subtle scent. So, the 12 so I looked for the 12 best scents that can boost productivity at home or in the office.
Oh, here we
Now,
go.
so I don't know if your HR director is going to come to you, about them. But the first one is what's the first one? Oh, here, this is neat. Oh, this is all right. So this article is by Cecilia Amador de Jose or de San Jose. Sorry, I can read. Um,
And
it
these
says,
are
yeah,
the
did you
12.
know that scents are so powerful that they can shape and drive our behavior? In
Mm,
fact, scents have the ability to evoke both positive and negative psychological states of mind.
okay.
So, how many times have you smelled something that reminded you of your childhood and made you feel warm and safe?
Facts.
How many times have you smelled something that's bad that encouraged you to move away or leave a room?
Want to throw up.
When I was a kid, there was a teenager that loves Baby Soft. Oh, it smells so clean. It smells so
Loved it.
good. China says she always loved baby lotion,
Yeah.
and some guy was like, "You smell good." She was like, "You freak. It's
Yeah.
baby lotion."
But it don't matter.
But we love to smell
We
babies
love them.
though.
Yeah. Vanilla essence reminds me of
Oh,
cream of
my
wheat.
mother hates vanilla. She used to
Oh my
threaten to put me out of her car when I was in college and I wore vanilla. Now Ariel wears vanilla. She
Oh god.
loves the
But she's
vanilla
always
base.
with she's always with your mom.
My
How's her
mother said,
mom
"You
doing?
smell like a cookie."
I think that's part. Yo, that was always my thing, right? Because I use vanilla as one of my base scents before I put on any cologne. No, I always think like vanilla it makes you just feel so like, oh, that's so like soothing. It's a soothing smell that lures women in. It's like, come here, smell my vanilla.
Yeah, I think it depends on the vanilla. So
Oh yeah, you can't wear a cheap. You can't be
yeah,
cheap vanilla.
yeah,
Dollar store
because
vanilla is not the same as like
no, it's not because
Joe
I wore
Malone's
vanilla
vanilla.
that smelled
Yeah.
so good, but then
Hmm.
she was like she was always threatening me when I wore it. Um,
So what
so
are the
the
12
first
scents?
yeah, the first one, oh, it says, however, aromatherapy can also be a powerful tool in the work setting. All you need is a little bit of understanding of how different smells affect us. So rosemary,
Oh, okay,
it's been shown to have a positive effect on memory and increase alertness.
cool.
Rose, I there's a ice cream store near me. They have a rosemary ice cream. So good. And you think, how does that work? Um, okay, I've never heard of this. Vetiver,
Vetiver.
Vetiver. It
Okay.
can increase oxygenation of the cells and make it ideal to aid make it an ideal to aid concentration. I've
Interesting.
never heard of
Rosemary
vetiver.
and vetiver.
Coffee.
This coffee smell. All right.
Yeah, just a scent of
What does
coffee
that
can
do?
promote wakefulness and alertness.
Just the smell of coffee can
Just the
promote.
smell can
I wonder if
promote
that's
that.
psychological. Like
Yeah, I'm
that
sure
smell
because you
means so
yeah.
then you okay.
Yeah, it's a great scent for tackling analytical reasoning tasks.
Mm. So you just some coffee and then you can analyze things better.
Right, I
That's
guess
that's
lemon.
all psychological.
Yeah, also like lemon. I love lemon. Lemon has been linked to improved cognitive function and fewer errors.
Okay. I can see that.
Jasmine, number 5.
Ooh.
It's often used to promote positive moods and emotions. It's a refreshing smell that tends to
Yes,
re-energize us.
it is. I can co-sign that one.
I can't even think of anything that has jasmine in it.
A lot of your
Is it?
like
It's
air
warm.
fresheners have jasmine in it, or
Oh,
like your
okay.
potpourris sometimes have
Oh,
jasmine.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I use oh, and here's citrus. So,
yeah,
like
citrus.
lemons,
Yeah,
citrus smells are great for wakefulness and alertness, and they're great to give people an energy boost. So,
I
yeah,
think yeah. They
that's
needed
my Calyx.
they needed a word filler. And they added citrus there because they already had lemon. Then they added
Yeah.
citrus. It's like you writing a
Well, because
paper.
citrus could be orange.
Yeah, I
It
guess
could
so. Yeah.
be yeah, and the other scent. Cinnamon. Now,
No, I
when
like
I
cinnamon.
was pregnant with Jay, I didn't know I was pregnant. I thought I
Yeah,
had a sinus infection, which I did have a sinus infection.
right.
And but I had a sinus infection, but I was pregnant and didn't know it.
Okay.
So Jason used to swear by what's the the medicine you heat up? Remember you put it in a cup, you put water, and you
Oh, Thermoflu.
Thermoflu.
Yeah,
used to swear by Thermoflu, and he gave me an apple cinnamon or maybe it was just a cinnamon Thermoflu,
threw that shit up,
and
didn't
it
you?
made me so sick. And now whenever I smell like even think of Thermoflu or a liquid cinnamon, I'm like, "Ugh," and that boy is 22 years old. Cinnamon can improve performance on high focus work and also be linked to better memory.
Hmm.
Peppermint.
Okay.
So I know peppermint because the kids, whenever they were taking their tests, the teachers would have they would have lemon drops
Hmm.
and they'd have peppermint.
I never never seen that before.
Yep, the kid, yeah, they did
You went
their
to some,
at their
you kids went
lower.
to some great schools
Yeah,
because
like they were like, oh, there's peppermint, there's lemon drops. I'm like, really? They're like, yep. So peppermint, if you're tackling a difficult or long task, then you should try peppermint, which has been linked to prolonged attention while enhancing alertness.
I'm giving my kids peppermints when they take the end of the year test from now on.
Yep, and the or the lemon drops. Yep, ginger. Gingers are great. It's
Uh,
great to get an extra boost, and it's been shown to fight fatigue and ease pain.
Fuck ginger. You know how you feel about cinnamon?
That's how you feel about
Liquid cinnamon.
ginger.
That's how I feel about ginger.
You don't
Doing
like
a
ginger snaps?
I was doing a juice fast years ago.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was my first time doing juice fast, and I've never used ginger before. And they were
Uh,
like, "Put some ginger in it." I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!"
oh,
I put like a whole clove of ginger in that bitch.
oh,
I drank it, and it like threw up instantly. It was
yuck.
just, and ever since then, if I smell ginger, my stomach is like,
Yeah.
"Nigga, get the fuck away from it." Yeah, but
Well, I used to have one of those things you pedal under your desk,
yeah,
and I was pedaling backwards
hmm,
and
okay.
got motion sickness.
From pedaling backwards.
Yes.
Oh wow.
and I ate. There's this Revolution Donuts near my house. They had this big, delicious cinnamon roll, and I
Yeah.
had eaten one. I never ate another one after that. Every time
Cinnamon.
I thought of that, I just
Yeah.
thought of having motion sickness. But I like other cinnamon rolls. Like we got some the Pillsbury ones because I didn't feel like making real
Yeah.
ones for Christmas. So I didn't even make these, but I made them last week, and I was like, and they took me back to my childhood. So it's so weird. But that cinnamon roll over at
Never again.
over at the other place. What did I say it's called? Revolution. I was like, nope, thanks anyway. Pine.
Oh, what does pine do for you?
Pine can help reduce stress, elevate
Okay.
your mood, and increase alertness. It's great for focus work.
Is that why the Pine Sol lady is always so like chipper? Remember Pine
Maybe.
Sol commercials and she was always the black one
Mhm,
with the Pine Sol? That was cute.
mhm.
I
Yeah, maybe
miss
she was snorting pine Sol.
her. She was snorting Pine Sol.
I'm trying to think. Does your tree? I mean, I guess yeah, if you have a pine tree, like, is
Yeah, is
it?
that why everybody's so chipper around Christmas time?
Well, maybe it's because they're smelling their trees. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then lemongrass. So here they are again. It's been shown to ease anxiety and reduce stress.
So does they don't have like the smell of marijuana on there as well?
We'll see. I don't know. No, because number 12 is lavender.
I love a fucking
It
lavender
improves
powder.
concentration and can be and can also have a refreshing effect. I'm glad lilac is there. When I was a kid, I hated to smell lilacs.
Lavender baby powder is my shit.
Lavender baby powder?
Yeah.
I never
Yes.
even heard of that.
I live and die with baby powder. So, but lavender baby powder, I love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
So they're saying how to add scents to the workplace. Scents not only improve productivity and performance, but they can also enhance the overall workplace experience, whether you work from home or in the office. There are ways to add aromatherapy to your workplace, which you whether you outsource it to a company or do it yourself. So use oil diffusers and essential oils, candles. Let's see.
I
But
cannot imagine someone having a fucking oil diffuser in the office.
yeah, neither can I.
That seems like
Yeah.
what is you doing? What you can have little scent sticks like the oil sticks or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, but a diffuser in the office.
Yeah, add reed diffusers throughout the workplace. Install air fresheners.
Right.
Use room sprays. Use the real thing. So, like, add a plant of rosemary or lavender to your workspace, or leave out some cinnamon sticks and coffee grounds.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, because the office always smells like coffee anyway. So
Yeah.
that's the easy one. Or the reed diffuser is what I was talking about. The reed ones where you just stick.
What
the
is
stick.
a reed?
So
Oh,
you
okay.
just stick the stick in the oil and then the
Yeah.
stick over the oil and then it gives it off. Yeah.
Yeah, just lets off. Okay. Yep. It says if you manage a workspace, consider adding different scents to different work environments, like citrus smells in meeting rooms, vetiver in private offices, rosemary in brainstorming pods. So, but also be mindful of people's preferences and sensitivities. Some are more sensitive to smells. If you find that people are getting headaches or reporting any other type of negative feeling, consider having some scent-free areas or switching up the scents. So experiment. Don't be afraid to mix things. See what works for you and what doesn't. It says try at all costs. You to use the scents that are natural and avoid artificial ones. Yeah, because I can imagine that's even the worst way when it's artificial. So
Yeah, I mean, if people keep complaining about your shit, fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Scents.
That's how we can start the new year off. Getting back in the office now. Here's some.
Oh yeah, like at UPS, they're all back in the office. And so unless your job was truly a remote job, they are all going back into the office.
UPS as in UPS, the Brown UPS, or
Yeah.
no?
It's headquartered here in Sandy Springs.
Okay,
So they're at the corporate.
that doesn't make any sense to me. But we
None.
talked about this before.
None.
I think just let the leases go. Fuck it. Like we get it.
Yeah.
You built these big buildings, but you want happy employees. Let us stay at home.
Yeah.
Let us stay home, please.
Yeah. Let us stay at home. Let us stay at home. If I had to go into the office, I guess I'd do what I have to do, and I would treat it like camp.
It definitely.
But traffic is just ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not-
And see, the thing is that I treat places like camp, and I whistle while I work, and then people hate me
Yeah, you were the happy
because
person.
I whistle while I work.
Yeah,
And I'm
Miss
like, it's like camp. Camp is not
Happy
permanent.
Monday.
Hello, and but then
I
oh, there's beanie. But then I'd bring chicken
Donuts.
mini,
Yeah.
donuts, chicken minis. People there's one girl who get mad at me. Stop bringing that stuff. I'm like, don't eat it. Have some
No
self
self-control.
control. Oh,
My
that
wife,
reminds me.
I
I
can't bring
saw
friends.
I saw this guy. It was last month, and I had seen him in years, and I just had just this morning I remembered because he's in a wheelchair. He was in an accident, and I mistaken him for another dad who was in a wheelchair, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, and I was so embarrassed. He's like, no, no worries. And today I'm like, he was the guy who tried to regulate chocolate milk when his kid
Ugh.
was in like kindergarten. Like they should stop serving chocolate milk. No, tell your kid
What?
don't drink chocolate milk.
Facts.
Regulate your child, not mine. Maybe my kid wants to drink some chocolate milk, and I don't care if they have some.
That
Chocolate
is
milk
that
is
is
good.
the reasoning why so many of these new adults feel that everyone should placate
Because their
and
parents did.
because
Yeah.
their parents placated to their every
Yep.
whim. They feel society should placate to their every whim, which is
Mhm.
so fucking annoying. Like I have no problem with you living your best life. Do whatever
Right.
makes you happy, but don't make me have to get caught up
Don't
in
don't
your
tread on
world.
me.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
why I gotta do what you want me to
Right.
do for you to be happy? Nah, do whatever
Mhm.
you want to do. I don't care, but just don't make me have to buy into your role play or
Right.
whatever thing that you're doing. Do you, but don't
Do
make
you?
me have to do you too. Like, that's
Right.
ridiculous. And it's because of parents like that. Parents
Mhm.
like that made the world care about little Timmy's every fucking emotion. Now
Mhm.
Timmy feels like the world should care about his every fucking emotion. We don't give a fuck about your emotions, Timmy. Fuck you and your feelings.
Fuck you, Timmy.
Fuck you, Timmy. That's how we're gonna end the podcast today. Fuck you, Timmy. She had t-shirts made. Fuck you, Timmy.
Like, who's Timmy? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Listen to the podcast. You know who Timmy is.
Right. I know. Oh, that would be so okay.
That's what we're
Oh,
naming this one. This podcast gonna be named "Fuck You, Timmy."
um, Jason, our friend Jason Cardoza was like, "Man, this is your year. You need somebody like Cat. You need a Cat Williams on."
Listen, listen. We're gonna try to book some people. We got some
Oh
things going on.
gosh. I
Anyway,
know
but you
we do.
can what's this been an hour and we've been on here
Yeah.
for a little bit now.
Where can you find us?
I mean, you can find us on the Twitter, the X, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Whatever it
You can
is.
find us on YouTube. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us on
Instagram.
Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. And
Now
if you
Facebook
don't
has
know
been threatening. Did I tell you they've been
what
threatening us?
what do you
Like
do? What have you been posting?
they said that, and what happens is when I post on TikTok, it automatically posts to Facebook.
Yeah.
And they said that I say and they're just the same videos that are on
Yeah.
Instagram or the ones that you cut, and that we violated some, what is it? Proprietary. I was like, no, we
What?
didn't. And they kept messaging me, and I'm never on Facebook. Like I share it and I don't go because
Yeah.
we have most of our followers on IG. So I'm like, you go where the people are. And I just saw these messages and I was like, could you please tell me how we violated anything? Because I haven't
Somebody
violated
must
it.
have reported us. Some hater out there is hitting the report button.
I
Mm,
don't know. Reporting what?
Just being a hater. Somebody out there don't want us to shine. It's all good though.
Oh,
We
okay.
appreciate the hate. Whoever's
Yeah.
doing it. Thank you so much. I know you're listening. You know you're paying attention. Even though you
Right.
lurking from the background.
Why would you do that? That's so weird. Get a life.
Why, like Cat Williams says, why do liars lie? We don't know
Yeah.
why liars
Yeah.
lie.
We don't know
They
why.
just lie. Why do
We
haters
don't
hate?
know
I do
why.
not know why haters hate.
Yeah.
But if you feel like hating on us and you want
Yeah.
to say my hair ain't long and luxurious, I know you're a fucking liar. Cat Williams, I love Cat Williams.
Oh my gosh. His voice is just funny. Like his cadence is
He
just.
made me go and look at Boondock episodes with the pimp name Slickback in it.
Do you know I'm probably going to lose my black card that I've never seen next Friday or Friday after next. I
So you
loved
can find us on YouTube. You can find us on
No, I
Twitter.
loved Friday so much that I could not.
Wow.
So I don't even know the pimp. I mean, I know that he was a pimp, but just don't even.
But at the risk of further ruining your reputation in
I don't
black
know. I just
community.
think Friday was such a good movie
Have you
that
watched Boondocks?
no, I've seen Boondocks, an episode of Boondocks before.
An episode? You didn't watch the whole thing?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, I saw him when he was Gator Man on Atlanta.
Yeah.
He won
Did
an
you know
Emmy.
he won an Emmy for that?
Yes, I just said it.
I
He
did
won
not
an
know
Emmy.
he won an Emmy for that.
Uh-huh.
But all right. So on the
When you said
Boondocks,
never in the history of niggadom.
in the cartoon, he was in there too.
Okay.
And he was a character in there called a pimp named Slickback. And it was probably one of the funniest things ever. Like a pimp named Slickback was so fucking hilarious
Okay.
because that was his name. You would say, "Well, what's your name?" A pimp named Slickback. Well, what's your first name? A pimp named Slickback. Like it was.
Oh my gosh.
So Boondocks, find the Boondocks episode. Like watch
That
it.
Boondocks is on it. It's on something. I've seen it. I mean, I don't know if it's Netflix or if it's
Oh, that's what's up. If
HBO.
it's streaming, yeah, that's cool.
It's streaming. I've seen it.
I wonder if it's the
I have.
unedited streaming because like the
think they
edited version that used to be on, yeah, like the edited ones that used to come on like Adult Swim and shit on Cartoon Network.
Oh, they were edited? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
you
want
gotta
that.
watch it.
I want to hear all the
completely.
bad words.
Yeah,
So.
all of them. Got to hear Riley just cuss his ass off. It was amazing. Anyway, so that was fun. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I missed you. I'm glad we're back in the
missed you.
saddle.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, she and I haven't talked. So yes. All right. So what's coming up? We're gonna have Anthony, the HR guy. He is spitting some real knowledge out there. So we're gonna
He'll
have
be
him.
out there.
Yeah, we used to work together. So he's doing some big things. And we're gonna have him on. Who else?
You know, we're gonna try to get Cat Williams. We're gonna try to I can get Jonathan Majors on here, his crying ass. You know what I mean?
Oh, bless
His
his
bullshit
heart.
ass, talking about she was.
Did
his
you
fucking
watch it?
daughter. I didn't watch that shit. Man, fuck
You said
that.
you were gonna watch the special.
I thought about it. And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't invoke the name of Coretta Scott King in your fucking, you know what I mean, pick me speech. Because that's all it was. It was like, here, I'm a sad black man. I'm crying on TV. Now can you please give me some work again? Nah.
I know.
Should have thought about that when you was laid up with your snow bunny and whatnot. You know the choices you made. Now look at you. Now look at you. Crying on TV, hoping Megan Good can save your career.
Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
Yeah.
And why is Megan settling for Jonathan Majors?
I don't know. Maybe she's from a Sabo tribe. I don't know. She's Indian.
I thought it was hilarious when Cat Williams says, "When did Jonathan Majors become attractive? When did this and that?
Did he say that on Club Shake?
You gotta go back and watch it, man.
I missed a whole section.
It was like, when did y'all start liking big lip, big nose, gorilla looking niggas? When did
he say that?
He said that. He was like, when they're trying to tell you somebody that ugly is attractive, that it's a setup. It's a setup from the beginning.
Oh my God. I missed that part.
Yeah, okay.
So a friend of mine was bitter about all the stuff he said about Ricky Smiley because Ricky Smiley's her cousin.
Oh, well, I mean, shit's true. So, I mean, you know what's funny? Like, we got to go. But with all these shit that Cat Williams said, everything that Cat Williams said, not one celebrity has come out and said he's lying. Folks have been like,
some people come out and said things. Like Ludacris had a response.
Yeah, they responded, but no one said he's lying. No one said, "Oh, Cat's lying about that." You know, even when people were saying that he was lying about being able to run the 4.4, did you see?
Oh, and he ran it.
He ran it. You know, like, Cat was like, I ain't lying. Like, I got receipts, right? I told you Steve Harvey was wearing a wig. Told you he stole I didn't even realize he stole the fucking idea for the Steve Harvey show from Hang with Mr. Cooper.
Now,
and then I look back on it.
Mark Curry's trending now.
Mark
He's
Curry's
doing all
trending
kind of
now.
videos.
Like,
yeah.
Oh shit, he really did steal that. He said Sed stole jokes. We see Sed's been stealing all kind of jokes.
Well, somebody posted the one where from Meshock Taylor from Designing Women, that Bominicious.
Yeah, Bominicious. You know, Sed been stealing everybody's shit. And then all these people coming about how Cat Williams just is so generous. I can't imagine how many stories of Cat Williams just handing people thousands of dollars.
Yeah, because somebody tried to say, "Well, I put people on. Cat doesn't put Cat put people on.
Cat put people, and he don't make a
Some white comedian was like, "I'm like Cat Williams. I met him years ago.
Put him on tour.
Yeah, so Cat is. But one thing Cat can do is make Fendi look cheap.
He does. He does that so well. Cat makes platinum and diamonds look cheap. It's like, why does your
How does
jewelry
he
look
do
so
it?
fake?
How does
Like
he do it? I don't know. Cat don't come for me because I love you, but that little fur collar thing, I was like, how does
Mike
he?
Epps was talking about that. Mike Epps said the shit was fake. He was like on there wearing fake Fendi. But he was like, we friends though, so I can say that.
Mhm. So
So
funny. All right.
we out of here, y'all.
All right. Peace. Talk to you later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.